Hi and welcome back, or welcome if you're new to the channel. I'm Joe the Baker, and in today's episode we'll be making flatbread two ways. So this is my family's favorite recipe. Anytime we do pizza night or do Indian food, they always ask me to make this particular dough. It is so versatile, in fact, I use the exact same recipe for the sandwich bread in episode 1. Now, without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and get into the ingredients and start baking.
Now, the ingredients you'll need for this recipe are 540 grams of bread flour, 7 grams of active dry yeast, 9 grams of fine salt, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 4 to 5 cloves of garlic minced, a stick of butter, and 1.5 cups of warm water. That's between 110 and 115 degrees. And that's my cat. To begin, add your warm water to the bowl. Toss in your 7 grams of active yeast and give it a little bit of a mix. Let it sit for about 5 minutes until it blooms. Attach your dough hook to your stand mixer and add your 540 grams of bread flour. Toss in your 9 grams of salt and your 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Let the dough mix for 5 minutes at low speed, and you'll know it's ready when it pulls away from the bowl. Now, while we're waiting for our dough to mix, let's go ahead and create our garlic butter. What you'll need is a pan set on medium-high. Toss in your stick of butter. Now, when it starts to sizzle, go ahead and throw in your garlic. Give it a quick mix. Now take it off the heat and set it aside for later. Once the dough is finished mixing, take it off the stand mixer and turn it on to a nice clean work surface. Begin shaping it into a tight ball. Now let's grab the garlic butter we just created to use to coat the inside of the bowl as well as on top of the dough. This will help prevent the dough from drying out. Finally, let's go ahead and cover up the bowl and place it into a dry, draft-free area and let it proof for 1 hour. Okay, an hour's passed. Let's check on the dough. Now that's a big boy. Next, we'll have to deflate. This helps equalize the temperature within the dough. Now we'll divide the dough in half. 1/2 for the pizza, the other half for the naan. For the pizza dough, we'll shape it into a tight ball and use it later. Now for the naan, we'll go ahead and fold and flatten the dough, then divide it into separate portions. Does not have to be equal. Roll the individual pieces into smaller, tighter balls. Cover the dough and let it rest for 15 minutes. As we're waiting for the dough to rest, place a cast iron skillet or pan on the stove on medium-high heat. Let it get really hot. Now that they've rested, let's go ahead and roll out the dough. You want to get these thin, so about 1/8 of an inch thick. Now toss it onto your iron skillet and let it cook for about 30 seconds to a minute. You want it to start to bubble. Once you see the bubbles, flip it and pat it down. Give it another 30 seconds, then take it off the heat, add the garlic butter, a little bit of salt, and some parsley. Dry or fresh, your preference. And there you have it, buttery garlic naan.
God, that's good. I love garlic naan. Now that I can make it at home, I could eat that stuff every day. So now let's go ahead and take the other half of that dough and create our flatbread pizza with it.
Now the great thing about making pizza at home is you can make it any way you like. Before you start, make sure to add a little bit of semolina flour to your cutting board so that your pizza can slide off easily. First, I'll add some olive oil and spread it around. Next, I'll add some garlic white sauce, making sure to spread it from the middle out. Make sure you don't go all the way to the edge so as to leave a crust around your pizza. I prefer freshly grated mozzarella cheese. I find it works better than the store-bought shredded cheese. Add whatever vegetables you like. For me, it's onions and mushrooms. Later on, I'll be adding some spinach. And to top it off, I'll end with some browned Italian sausage. Now make sure you preheat your oven to 500 degrees, and if you have one, Put the pizza stone in as it's preheating. Add a little bit more semolina flour to the pizza stone, again to prevent it from sticking. I'll start off cooking the pizza for about 6 minutes. After 6 minutes, I'll add some fresh spinach. This helps prevent the spinach from wilting. Continue baking the pizza for another few minutes until the crust becomes golden brown.
Smells wonderful. Let's go ahead and cut right into this. I gotta tell you, the crust, perfect brown. It's thin, yet holding its shape. I'm telling you, man, this pizza dough recipe, well, this bread recipe I use for pizza dough is perfect for pizza. That was so good. Until next time, be good, be safe. Don't forget to like and subscribe my videos. And if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you again, and take care. This is good.